Good morning, guys. Well, it's Jonathan with One Big Impact, and I'm trying to get my food in before I get ready to leave. Got to go to the gym soon. But first, I want to talk about something. This comes up a lot, okay? Um, this comes up a lot even before Boo passed. You know, people will say different things like what motivates you, what keeps you going. And now they really start to say, I would buckle and I'd fall apart, and there's no way I'd be able to continue. I think what a lot of people have to realize is about 8 years ago, when my life started to change, I decided that I was going to take life into my hands rather than life taking me. I started getting a lot more serious about so many things, like my success, and the major driving factor was that I was going to prove to my children that just because we come from, being poor or uh, less fortunate. Granted, I had a mother, extremely fortunate of that, that cared about us. But let's be completely honest. There's a lot more people out there that were a lot more well off. I've been through some pretty significant things, I believe. But proving to my children that we could straighten up, that I didn't have to follow suit and, keep doing drugs and smoking cigarettes and drinking all the time and just destroying myself. I didn't have to do that. It didn't have to be my life. And I just wanted to prove to them, because I didn't have a father growing up. I didn't really know what a dad was supposed to do. I don't like sports. I don't like hunting and fishing because I don't want to kill animals. So it's like, what can I leave my children? And back then, I just realized that they were becoming teenagers and they were very impressionable. And whatever, I left for them to see as a legacy for them to follow, as far as like whatever I was doing, I figured they were doing. So I was like, well, drugs, alcohol, partying, um, not pushing for anything more is definitely something that I shouldn't be doing. When I started this whole journey, I was going to the gym all the time and was working on my associate's degree, and I went to school and I started traveling and I did all these things. These things were all new to me. These are things I do now. Um, they were not a part of my life before. And I'll be 100% honest with you. When Boo passed away, it felt like, why do I need to do it now? That's what it felt like. What's the point? Half my reason's gone. And then I thought, I think I just got double the reason. You know, my little angel's out there somewhere. Try not to get emotional. And I gotta prove to my kids still that, you know, regardless of where they came from, they can succeed. And there's a lot of days you're like, you're not succeeding. But then Elijah, my son that's in prison, he called me yesterday and we talked, and he said, Dad, I got the motivation, and you're showing me that regardless of where we come from, we can make it. He's like, I can have my own place. And it seems so stupid because all these things are like very simple for a lot of people. And they've been really hard. You know, getting my own place, I tried for so many years. And I'm doing it. I'm still struggling and I'm doing my best. And, you know, for the first time in my life, I'm trying to save money, and I'm really proud of myself. And I think one of the hardest things is every time you go up there and you get to a certain point, you kind of like chop yourself back down. And it's like a self defeating thing. So, if I could give you one thing to remember on your journey, is, you know, be there for yourself. And when you reach a goal, reach further. Set another something that's a little bit higher, and feel like you're always not quite making it. When I train clients, they when they do testing and stuff like that once a month, it's always very difficult. It feels like they're struggling like day one. But like Tony, for instance, today, when she started, she did a wall sit at 17 seconds and buckled and fell apart, and it was really difficult, right? Today she hit 4 minutes and 36 seconds, and it felt like day one. But look at the difference. Look at the difference of where these numbers are. I have a place and I have 25 cents in my bank account, hopefully. Hopefully nothing else went through. Granted, I got, you know, some stuff that I'm saving or whatever. But I have an apartment and I train clients and I have two jobs and I have a pretty new car. A couple of years ago, it was like I don't even have money for food. A couple of years before that, it was like I didn't even want to be alive. there's a definite positive progression, and you got to keep pushing. Like, my thing for me is like, how close can I get to failure every time? Every time, how close can I get? If you're running a race and you're running it with somebody that's faster than you, it always feels like you suck because you're slower than them. But if you ran a race with somebody that was slower than you, then your time would be slower than if you ran and you were trying to catch the person that was a little bit faster. Let your goals and your dreams and the things that you're trying to achieve be those things that are a little bit faster than you. Because if you think about it, if you didn't have any goal to go to school and you came in and you said, I'm going to get my master's degree, and you fell apart and you ended up getting your bachelor's, you got your bachelor's degree. How much better of a position are you in with a bachelor's degree than without one? Or even an associate's or anything. So understand that taking yourself a little bit further, a little bit further, a little bit further, and maybe like thinking, what if I could achieve that? And then trying to, and then maybe you fall short. Don't be afraid to try. Maybe you hit it, maybe 90% of the time you don't. But if you fall short 90% of the time, you're going to be 90% closer and 90% further than where you started. I'm not going to say I hit all my goals, but I'm damn sure working on them. I have major drivers, and those are my children. And above all else, it's myself. I have to prove to myself that I can do these things, that I can buy a cabin, that I can go to every country in the world, that I can be in shape and sustain it over time, that I can become successful and make $100,000 a year. Think about it. Think about what drives you. Think about what the most important thing is to you. And of course, falling in love and being happy is another one. Thank you so much for all the support. I'm not trying to make a sad video. I just wanted to talk about what drives me. And if you don't know what drives you, sit down and think about it. Be stronger than your excuses. Remember to spread love, not hate. Drink your damn water. Stay on track. Hashtag Team Boo. Thank you so much for all the support. I love you guys, and keep up the great work.